And this is the next part of Jomon. So, this turn, we found another magic site. A Sage's Guild. Very good magic site. The Astral Pearl is nice, but the Sage is a great researcher for the price, and what they cost per year is just great, like very efficient. It's I don't think it's as good as the Monk. Oh yeah, no, definitely not as good as the Monk, but it really blows the Shugensha out of the water, and the Master Shugensha too. And anyway, I got the gold, so I might as well build another palisade there. Summoned another Ujigami, which are, again, I'm making these because they cost no gold. And they're great leaders. Like, they won't get sniped by some BS crossbow bolt. So what happened? We fought here underwater. And we lost a Ryujin here somehow. I don't understand how that's possible. What? School of Sharks. Why did... Oh, he got mute. Oh. Well, he was kind of key, you know, if he didn't cast School of Sharks, but instead casted a water elemental, that would have prevented these dudes from walking up. So he just got clobbered. Oh no. Well, good thing these guys were just good enough to beat them in personal combat, and then he just regenerates all that damage. Yeah, okay, so someone actually picked up another pearl, so now he has 2 of these. Which is not boosting his water magic, but maybe it's giving him 2 water gems? I think. Pan pinged us. Pan hit Vediheim there and hit him there. And here is just me taking PD away, 10 PD. And here we're killing a lot of PD over here in this province and actually getting Nature Sight. And this was, yeah, hitting the PD on top of a fort, this big army. Taking PD away from Vediheim. And then Agartha attacked the Independence here on this throne. He's got quite a bit of stuff here. And really what I'm looking for is some sort of key magic element, like something that's going to alert me to, oh wait, there it was. Flesh Eater. Okay, so he somehow has got blood stuff. Oh, the rest of these items are just retarded. This doesn't make any sense at all. Anyway, he definitely has blood. He's got blood. There's no way he could be manufacturing these items without blood magic. So either he bumped into a blood neutral province, or his pretender has blood. Which I suppose I will reflect on after this battle. I'll go look at the titles. But anyway, big bunch of sacreds, some mercenaries, a lot of crossbowmen, some chaff in the back, going up against a horde of ghosts. A lot of shades. These units are all ethereal. Some of them better than others. What are these things? These shade beasts. Black hounds. Ouch. Those killed will rise as soulless beings. Terrifying. And then this big dead woman who has a lot of death gems. Death 8! Wow. Okay. And this big guy, Death 3. Wow, this is looking like it's going to be a nasty battle. The ghosts even being killed by crossbow fire. But I mean, this should be no trouble. Like, for some reason, she's casting Shadow Bolt and Life After Death, which is, that seems really stupid. There's not enough militia here to warrant casting that. But yeah, I mean, Agartha's got a lot of priests. So these guys are just gonna get fragged. Whoa, she's coming to fight in the front lines herself. Well, she can punch them for 18 damage, which is enough to kill. Did this guy get paralyzed? Why is he paralyzed? And she's routing. Alright, well, looks like the secret to success was just avoid the dangerous enemies and hope the AI does something stupid instead of something profitable. That worked out great for Agartha. So yeah, he somehow lost a couple attendants of the dead. Lost a few other units. All the mercs died. But otherwise it worked out. And then there was this big battle here. Pangea attacked Vediheim. So again, this is the same army where he's got a Banner of the Northern Star on one of his units. Just gonna filter through these mages real quick. Yeah, so has he still got his like weird thugs? He does have one. This guy's horror marked. He's still bringing around a horror marked unit with this big army. It's like he's just asking for it. Like, why not just like send this guy into a... Just send this guy to his death, you know? Like, see ya, bye-bye, just send him off. Has a kitted out Pan here, holding some expensive items. Oh, and this Pan? It's got nothing. So a lot of crossbowmen, a lot of sacreds in here, a lot of, well, not that many, a few sacreds, a lot of chaff, undisciplined satyr chaff units. A lot of mages, though. And Vediheim basically has the same army he had before. Crossbowmen, goblin chaff frontline. He's got some rock throwers who hit really hard with their rocks. And he's got a few mages. A few death mages. Old woman. A wind guy. Maybe he'll actually cast Wind Guide this time. Let's see, what is he going to cast? Ooh, God. He did cast Wind Guide, so he casted that successfully. Their precision is being +4, so they should hit a lot more often. Oh, these poor rockmen are just being assaulted with javelins. It's like the perfect tool against this kind of big giant. Let's just throw a bunch of sticks at him. Oh, and these poor innocent little goblins are about to be annihilated. They have their tiny little daggers, but they'll... Oh! Alright. Maybe they can fend off their enemy. But yeah, like, look at that damage. Pangea's mass crossbows. He's spamming some skeletons. Oh, did he just cast Mass Flight? No, he cast a Air Shield. Air Fend. Both sides casting a horde of skeletons at each other. Yeah, I mean, he's doing his best here. Oh, is that Relief? Yeah. Casting Blade Wind, Body Ethereal. I mean, he just doesn't have enough troops here to hold off the units. His front line was very tiny. It was way, way too small to fight off this many expensive Pangea troops. Somehow his old woman got away. And yeah, just like that, another crushing, devastating, back-breaking blow delivered to the goblin player by Pangea. I didn't tabulate the gold losses for this, but, I mean, the crossbowmen are 7 gold apiece, so that's about 1,000 gold lost right there. The hurlers are 30 gold each. So that's another, what, 450. Uh, it's, yeah, that's pretty nasty. Here's me finding a Pangean temple and blowing it up. And this is the last battle involving Bogarus in this game, Bogarus. Just got front line of Shark Warriors and some Samurai ready to be buffed by these Shugenja, and then some archers in the back who should have flaming arrows cast on them. And I mean, there's nothing here, so this is not going to be a... Although my Shugenja there did get shot and killed with the very first volley of arrows fired by these Voy archers. He was hit right in the body for 16 damage, killing him instantly, which is just great. Actually spends a fire gem casting an elemental. Maybe I should have done that first. But yeah, I mean, these archers are really paying for themselves. Like, you know, look at this guy's experience. He hits really hard with his bow, quite accurate, and with the armor piercing on the flame, it's pretty good. It's pretty strong. Abyssia was hit by villains, but he just took him out. One of my scouts got taken out. One of Pangea's scouts got taken out. And Bog has been eliminated. And we've got a new hero. This dragon is very strong. So, as for this turn, this province was reclaimed by Pangea. He may move down here. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do. He has got a big army down here. I am a little worried about dealing with. He could walk over here and then suddenly he's like threatening my... He's threatening my my interior. We're actually going to go over here and pick up the troops. Got a lot more recruitment points than I have resources this turn. Whatever. So my point is, I have a lot of money. This turn, I am making more money than I've ever made in the game before. Whoops, not this screen. I'm making more money than I've ever made in the game. In fact, the difference is unbelievable how much gold I'm ramping up. The amount of gem income I'm making now is also incredible. What is this? 11, 17, 30, 39, 46, 52 gems a turn, which is pretty crazy. Pretty unfreaking believable. And my research has breached over 1,000, so I'll be able to get Conjuration 7 in just 2 turns. I'm researching way faster than I thought I was going to be able to. I'll be able to get Conjuration 8 at the same pace in, well, if it's going to take 2 turns for this, then, so probably 5 turns. So I'll be getting it 4 turns sooner than I predicted. Did I even... No, I didn't even deal out the magic lanterns yet. Oh gosh, maybe it's even faster. Monks. Here. Take these lanterns. In my opinion, the risk of getting horror marked and even being killed by horror is just not... It just doesn't really matter. Like, even if the guy gets killed by a horror, the amount of time it takes for that to happen... Well, first off, it's unlikely he'll even be targeted in the first place. Even if he does get marked, which is not likely to begin with. So, oops, I don't want to watch that. So, what should my plan be? I don't really want to slam into this army at Dragonport, because it is a lot. There's a lot of snipers here, and they could really do me a lot of harm. I mean, my army is mostly bowmen, and his guys have got shields. That said, there's no follow-up to this army, at least not yet. I'm not entirely like this army here on Halbathria is pretty scary. It's got this thing, which I don't know what it is. I've never seen it before. But I mean, you can see it's like he kind of has it kitted out a little bit. But it's strong. It hits hard. It's gonna berserk. It's not gonna die, or it's not gonna rout. It's just gonna keep going. The rest of it's not particularly impressive. Just sort of the standard chaff crap he's bringing on all of his battles, and it's expensive. This would be a pricey army to lose. And his pan is way in the back, very exposed, like just sort of asking to be smashed. So I think what I'm going to do, now that I've secured my Holy Land once more, and that I have all the money coming in from this ocean, I'm going to recruit a crappy commander on all these provinces. And with any luck, next turn I'm going to build a palisade on every single province in this lake. To spit out more Shark Warriors and more Ryujins. Because no one can really contest me in the water, at least not yet. Maybe Abyssia can with their horror marking spamming. Like, why is he building up Triton troops unless he intends to attack me, you know? Why would he do that? Anyway, if he does attack me, he won't win. He will get beat pretty badly. I can make Bishop Fish, too, which are a fun little unit. They have Holy 3, meaning they can claim thrones for me. They are aquatic only, so I would have to get some way for them to get out of the water. But if I can overcome that, then we're good. Agartha told me he's going to go to war against Abyssia, and he reaffirmed that again. I still don't know if that's true. He's certainly got the armies like poised, ready to go, ready to walk onto some Abyssian provinces, and so I'm gonna move some scouts just in preparation for that happening, because that sounds pretty cool if that does happen. He's also recruiting indies. This seems like a waste of gold at this point. Like, you should be spending your gold on making good stuff like Entrance Guard and Agarthan light crossbowmen. That seems good. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe not huge gelatinous cubes on turn 41. And claymen? What are you doing making claymen? You know, the time for claymen is gone. What is that, like a Conjuration 1 thing? I don't even see it here. Who can make claymen? I know that's a thing. I know someone can make claymen. Oh, here it is. Enchantment 3. Yeah, what are you doing? Don't make that. Make other stuff. Make you know, cave crabs. If you've got this cross path, the cave crab is a better unit. And it's a little cheaper too. One less gem. But anyway, I'm gonna take this fort. I'm gonna walk onto it and start sieging this fort. Just try to like beat down Pangea's ability to produce and out manufacture me, because right now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 forts, which is pretty impressive. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that right? Did I skip this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 fours. Yeah, I must have skipped this one. I can make another shark. But yeah, I'm trying to jump on them, shut down his production, because I think I make more money than he does, or at least at this point, his armies are sort of out here. You know, they're like fighting another war that I can't really see. I can kind of see it, like here in the Ulm Theater. This was pretty decisive. 2 crushing victories back to back, where Vediheim's lost thousands of gold. Really quite, yeah, I mean, pretty terrible. Anyway, I'm going to try for this province, and I'm going to send a bunch of Ryujins down here, and we're going to try to take it. Because I want this fort to be sieged. I want it to stop producing. I want this fort to go down. I want to hit this fort and capture it, because that'll just further, you know, give me more power projection in this region. And I want to knock out this fort too, because that'll give me more power projection in the region if I can claim it. I've wanted a fort on this province for, well, since turn 1. Since turn 1 of the game, I thought this was the best spot in the map to have a fort. And I still think that's true. As for what he can bring in, because that's important. He can bring in the army here, which is trash, so we don't care about that. He could bring in stuff here, which is mostly centaur sages, and a pan. So he can bring in quite a bit of mage support. I'm going to actually try assassinating someone here. It's not going to work, but it's exciting. I'm also going to try assassinating some commanders here in the Forest of Pine with these 2 ninjas. What else can he bring in? He could bring in more sages, some hoplites over here, more crossbowmen, some crappy units, a few Grove Guard, nothing like super scary. Basically, a lot of crossbowmen and sages, which are seemingly his... Spoopy the Oracle. Oh, that's his pretender, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So his pretender's here in Pangea, of course. And it is an oracle. What's an oracle, I wonder? Oracle? Oracle. This thing, it's a fountain. Oh. Is pretender's a fountain? Why? Well, okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. What's his bless? I'm sure I've seen it. Okay, bless your troops. I gotta turn off the screen. Did he not bless any of these guys? Okay, whatever. Let's get out of here then. When he is attacking me with this army, he definitely blesses them here. Blessing, what is it? Magic weapons, cold resistance, defense skill, and magic resistance. So defense skill and magic resistance, I know that's water and then astral. So what's magic weapons and cold resist? Magic weapons and cold resist. Oop. Okay, magic weapons. Magic weapons. Magic weapons. Minor magic resistance. Defense skill. Cold resistance. And that's it. And he imprisoned it. So this is his pretender? I guess this is it. I mean, maybe the scales are a little different, but So that's his bless. It's not really intimidating. Oh, you know what would be great against his units? Foul Vapors. Yeah. I should definitely look into spamming that. That's a good idea. I think Foul Vapors, I mean, with my research, doesn't seem that far away. Magic Weapons, though, does make my ethereal commanders a little less capable of thugging. So how do you kill this thing? Let's see. It's slash and pierce resistant, which is somewhat of note. Its protection is 25, which is not very good. I've had more protective units get killed. It is inanimate, so it's not going to get its life drained. It's got Spirit Sight. It's got Fortune Teller. It's got Innate Spellcaster. 18 magic resistance. Its stats are terrible. I mean, it doesn't even have an attack. I feel like I could kill this thing with a ninja. Like a ninja could just walk up to this guy and just start like stabbing it. And of course, most of the hits won't do any damage because it's slashing resistant. But it'll crit. And it's only got 30 HP. It's not tanky. Granted, these stats are going to be better in its own dominion. Its stats will be improved. Like, I think we can look at our Pretender for an example. Whoa, this is a bad example. Oh, here you go. See, like, its strength is getting a +9 bonus from being inside of his dominion, and his HP is up by 2 points. Goodness, my Pretender's so squishy. Just, like, one fires from afar would terminate this guy. Luckily, he is immortal, so he'll just come back to life even if he is killed. Nice. Okay, so what am I doing this turn? I'm hitting this throne, or this fort, and what's the best way to do this? I think have these guys in the back. Have everyone in the back, really, because I don't want to get sniped by crossbowmen too badly. Have these Ryujins. We'll keep them over here, I guess. And they're all basically going to do the same thing, which is summon a water elemental. You don't need to summon water power. Summon a water elemental. Okay, I don't really like the script on kind of any of these. So the earth ones should cast earth power first, and then they should summon a water elemental. And then they should give themselves iron skin, and then after that, I mean, you just need to cast spells. So, oh yeah, I could cast Legions of Steel, that's alright. And you, fire guy, what can you cast? You can cast, where are you based out of presently? You are over here. Well, none of these places have a lab, so I can't get any gems on any of these units, unfortunately. That was an oversight on my part. Well, apart from water gems, of course. I'm just thinking about what would be useful to cast. Perhaps some like acid stuff, but I'm really not down the evocation tree, so I can't get much use out of it. I guess we could just cast Incinerate. Just cast that a few times. And this guy, your earths, you're just gonna copy paste that. Don't cast Legions of Steel though, you can cast Strength of Giants. And you can copy that, which leaves this airman who's gonna summon a water elemental first. And then he will cast he's just going to make himself safe. Mirror image. And then... quickness, I guess. You water elemental first, and then moss body, I guess. Personal regeneration, and then just like spam wooden warriors. And we'll tell the troops to fire, and you can hold an attack. Yep. Okay. This is probably good enough. I mean, I'm bringing more capable troops than he has. Yeah, I think I'll be okay here. I mean, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 water elementals. Surely that's good enough. And if I could smash this army over here, that would be a lot of power projection in the region that he suddenly does not have. The big issue is dealing with this army, which I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. If only I had a fire booster. I could make one. I could make Skull of Fire. I can't make Flame Helmet. Not that... Oh, he could wear it, actually. he could wear it. I could put a little crown on this pile of bones. For forging, I need to forge some stuff. Let's see, is Crystal Heart useful? It's just too expensive. I could get the Crystal Matrix and the Slave Matrix out. Those are... yeah. Crystal Coin's useful. But it's like, what do I need extra Astral for at the moment? Like, I can already get Astral 3. I could get Astral 4 if I wanted. Would that help me? Not really. I could get Astral 5. Again, what's that doing for me? Nothing, really. What do I need all this Astral for? There's just not a whole lot of use I can get out of having big Astral. I mean, this is a useful item that I could give to someone. It's super expensive, though. I suppose I could have my own Banner of the Northern Star. But that's a hefty investment. I need to prepare this turn to deal with this army in Dunma. So we already know what it's got, right? It's like a bunch of infantry who are going to be resistant to arrow fire because of arrow fend. Still, I should bring bows to force him to cast that spell. He's got a pretty dang tanky front line with these Grove Guard who are just really tough and will just like smash through everything with their trample attack. He's got some centaurs. He can cast flight on these things so they could like fly to the back, which is difficult. And then he's got all these sages who are just spamming, just absolutely spamming Mind Burn. I'm not really sure of the most effective way to deal with that. I guess I'll start like pumping out ninjas here. That could always work if I just like start assassinating all of them. Yeah, but I'm really quite worried. Really worried about it. This army can't get to here. I'm gonna walk a ninja onto this province and see if I can't assassinate the leader. Do I have any other ninjas? You just don't attack the province, please. Looking for other ninjas I have lying around. You can walk over here and investigate that. Ninja, you don't need to be in this cave. I could swap places with this guy. these assassinations will probably not work. But that's alright. Let's see. I guess because I can, I'll forge some owl quills. I've got the... Yeah, I mean, I can do it. I need to get some equipment to help me eliminate that army, to deal with that army. What a useless thing. Magic resistance is a useful thing. Let's give you that to save you some pearls. Getting an MR item is good. Take these crab boys and just drop them off here, and you can walk back here and pick up the remaining crab boys who will be there. And yeah, this guy's gonna walk up here and nab all that. Maybe I should walk this guy down here. Can I give him boots? Do I have fast boots? I don't, so that's a good item to produce. Make one of those. Boots of the messengers, that way I have a way to reliably move my troops around. I thought I did have one. The guy must have lost it. Yeah, that's sad. Recruiting down here. I don't think I'm going to hold this province, so I'll just back out of it immediately and go over here to 99. And what happened to my army? Did I just take the Forest of Pine this turn? Oh, it was all Sharkmen. It's just all Shark Boys. Okay, in that case, you Taro, you can walk up here and get the Shark Warriors who will be on this province. Which should be 9 of them when you get there. And maybe you can assault some province with them. Just do some raiding. Hitting this province, though, again, we gotta get back to this. So 2 lines of archers, 2 front lines that seem pretty strong, some cavalry, which I'll put in the back, and then some drunk idiots who are just gonna run out front and get chopped up and killed. Actually, I'll put them in the back. Yeah, why not? Hold and attack, fire, hold and attack rearmost enemies. Tell everyone to attack the closest enemy that they can. These mages aren't really scripted to do anything special, just blast them with magic. And maybe I can get some Ryujins in to help them. Let's go over here, and you, Ryujin, are going to cast Howl. You're going to cast Howl, and then you're going to summon a water elemental, and then you're going to cast personal regeneration just in case, and then you're going to spam wooden warriors. So to pull that off, he needs +1 nature, so give him that many nature gems. I think he'll eat 1, which will turn him into a nature 3 mage, and then he can cast Howl for 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that will work. Any other mages? I could send this guy in. Have him cast that. Yeah, I mean, is there anything else I would care to have him cast? Maws of the Earth is pretty good. Lightning resistance? Okay. Sure. I'll have you cast Maws of the Earth. And we'll give you a couple Earth gems to pull that off. So that way you don't fall unconscious immediately. So there's a couple water elementals over there securing my flank there. This province is just going to get sieged down. I don't anticipate any difficulty with this because there was like nothing here to begin with. This was sort of just an isolated province. Everything that was here moved out to 114, which I crippled. What else needs to be done? Need to just patrol, I guess. Ryutaro. Of course, take your sharks. You've earned them. Walk down here. Or maybe walk up there. Let's assume the Pangea army moves over here. How do I deal with it? I consolidate. I have to consolidate my forces. Yeah. That's what I have to do. And here's another Ryujin. You can go over here too. And you can be on virtually the same script as that guy. Except instead of Howl, you will cast... Haste? Really? That seems like just a waste of nature gems. Where is Relief? When does that come in? Is it in Conjuration? No. Maybe Alteration? Alteration 7 is such a... I should really go for this. Like, Phoenix Pyre is great. That'll be very useful. I can cast Fog Warriors if I get a big enough communion up. Some of my own Myojis can cast this. It should be crazy good. This is not something I want to ever be casted. Marble Warriors, I could cast this. This would be extremely strong for me. Doom, I could absolutely cast that. Could I cast Bone Grinding? If I gave a Dione a crystal matrix so he became a communion master, I guess he could cast it. But I don't know why I'd want to do that. Creeping Doom is really good. Mass Protection, also useful, although at this point in the game I feel like its usefulness has dwindled as basically everyone can cast Flaming Arrows. It sort of counters that pretty badly. Creeping Doom, though, is great. Yeah, definitely Alteration 7 is something I should look into getting. And looks like if I wanted to, I could get it in, what, 3 turns? So, but I want to get those Dione out. I want to get a Dione out. Oh yeah, I was wondering in my head if it was worth it to summon a Oni General. Because the Oni Generals, just going to double check this. The Oni Generals, yeah. So the Oni General is always a death to mage, which is good, you know, that would be useful to have. The best use I could think of these with this guy would be to give him my bone skull staff and just send him out. Just start site searching. Try to find some hidden death provinces. But I've checked everything for Death 1 already. And it's not like I haven't found stuff. I think I've found 7 death sites. And there's still more, you know, there's still more provinces to check for death. Like all this stuff down here, basically. I'm sending in my cats to go check all of it one by one. They'll ping all these provinces. So, I don't think I'm gonna spend the death gems. I have such a limited number of these things, and they're so key to my victory. And that's something I also wanted to think about, is how do I actually go about winning this game? Because the longer this game goes on, I feel like my advantages begin to slip. What do I have going for me? I have a lot of money. I'm fighting an offensive war against an enemy that cannot effectively respond against it, so I'm just sort of gaining power over time. I've got a lot of gem economy. Not the most. Presumably Vediheim still has more, because they've had Mother Oak for... I'm not sure at this point. It's been a lot of turns. They've definitely got more than double their money's worth out of that. But Abyssia's just sitting here blood hunting, and this is spooky. He's got Father Ill-Earth and a Vampire Lord. He's just powering up the blood tree. Like, that is... He's got blood 7? Yeah, he's got blood 7. That's pretty high. That's like end, you know, that's the end of mid-game magic. Reaching the end state there. And he's casting Curse of Blood, an expensive, difficult to cast thing. He's casting Father Ill-Earth. I mean... Yeah, like, what does he even have that's enabling him to do that? Abyssia does not have, like, high earth. Is it just that one guy? It's just this guy. This guy's, like, sometimes in Earth 1, very, very rarely in Earth 2. Somehow he got an Earth 4 thing. I have to assume that's his Pretender. If I look back at the Pretender titles... Patron of Artisans? Yeah, that's probably Earth, isn't it? Patron of Artisans? Craftsman? That makes sense to me. And yeah, I mean, here, just confirming. Pangea's Fountain, Lord of the Eternal Sea, Flood, Barge of Heaven, just Astral and Water. So I don't know what Abyssia is planning on doing, but I hope Agartha invades them, because that will put pressure on them. Hopefully they'll stop just ramping up in power, which, you know, I mean, they've been playing safe for 41 turns. I'd like an excuse to take these water provinces. Oh, I need to site search this for death, don't I? I already found one magic site here. Yeah, there's already one. What else can I do? Put a PD there. Oops. Yeah, none of those anymore, please. Let's get some. Those are just expensive. I'll just get the Go Hanamotos. Can just barely afford them. What is this? 5, 10, 13. These guys are great. These are really quite decent units. I mean, they're expensive, but I've really underestimated the power that these units hold. Oh, we even get another Earth Boy coming in. Swell. Wait, no, don't attack rear. Just cast spells, please. I don't want another Another terrible situation. Just cast Wood Warriors another time. I want the Howl guy to be in the back, though. I don't want him to get sniped. This is assuming he's going to take these armies and consolidate them here, which he might not do, but I feel like it's more likely he does do that. And anyway, there's 10 PD to blow up, so I can get involved in that. To deal with this army, I need to do something that will save me. I could start hitting it with long-range damaging spells, but do I have any of those? I don't think so. Those are all in the evocation tree. Could start, yeah, casting fires from afar, which is such a terrible waste of fire gems. Now, Second Sun, that would be exciting. Or Flames from the Sky. Oh, yeah. Not quite there yet, though. Just gonna have you patrol around, Mr. Crab. There's a lot going on here on this turn. How do I win the game? I need to take this throne, which I don't think will be that tough, but I don't really have a lot of intel around it, so let's get some intel around this throne. Let's see what Vedheim has around here, because I'm thinking I might want to walk in and take that. Maybe Ryutaro could do it. I want to take this throne, so that's 2. This throne's already mine, so that's 3. I need 5 to win. This throne is kind of seems taxing to take. This throne just seems impossible. Like, I don't know what gear he's put on this Blood Earth Elemental King. He's got Vampire Lords. Those things are immortal. Gosh. My thaumaturgy magic is not good enough. I don't have Soul Slay or something like that yet. Don't think I could pick a fight with Abyssia and win. I think I could pick a fight with Agartha and win, though. I think I could snipe this throne from him. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to get a 5th one somewhere. I guess it's this. That's really the only way I can see getting a throne without going to war with Abyssia. But surely by that point Abyssia is going to come at me anyway. Which really just begs the question of how can I hold this? Best case scenario, Agartha takes this. Okay, so I need to get some good war goals here for dealing with Abyssia. Need to smash this army. If this army is eliminated, I can take this throne and I can win the game. Vedheim is already like been beat down like a dog and they're done for. So if I can get that, I can go over here and snipe this with a underwater army that will be unstoppable. There's like nothing he can do to stop me from just trying over and over again. I mean, honestly, I could probably just nab these provinces with water elemental PD rating. I could blow up these too, with just Ryujin's just like flying in the back and just blowing up these temples. This thug needs something to do. Just send him, I don't know, send him over here, I guess. That's fine. And he can, yeah, he can do all that fun stuff. He can be closer up to the front. And the scout doesn't need to be here anymore. So he can run away he can go over here because I may lose this province to this army. Or they might go here. They'll probably go here, though. This province is worth more, and it's got a nature gem site on it. But I think I'll be able to repel them with this force. This province is worth a lot, too. 1 astral, 1 water pearl. Or 1 astral pearl, 1 water gem. So how do I beat this big army? I need to cast some battlefield-wide, real big blast spells. Just things that will just cripple his army. Because he's got mind burn spam. He's got crossbow spam. He's got thugs that are really tanky. I don't know, just like spam water elementals, I guess. Make my army really tanky and unbeatable. You collect the troops. You're going up there. You can also go up there. Let's just get a third one. Another one of those guys. Yeah. Jami. I could summon one of these Tatsus. I think that's just a waste of earth gems. These things come in so late in the game, like Conjuration 6, and they're just bad. They're just really, really bad. I'm not sure what a Kashik record does. Find the history of any one nation. I don't know what that does. Guess I'll make a skull cap because what? I thought I had a hammer lying around, not being spent. Yeah, you're not using your hammer. You need to research. Give it to you. Save me a couple of pearls. Everyone else is researching. Yeah, next turn is set to be pretty bloody. There's going to be at least 2 battles, one of them being somewhat big. And if Pangaea sends this army after me, then we're going to have to do some real big brain thinking. I don't think it's impossible for me to hold them off, because I've got a massive communion that I can make here. I can give these mages crystal matrices, bringing them into the communion if I need it. I've got a lot of armies back home. I can pull off units from this front. I'd rather not. I'd rather keep this front going. I want to occupy this fort, and I want to occupy this fort. I want to shut down his ability to produce stuff. And I want to blow up these stupid temples that he just has lying around. And I think I can do that with these armies. I don't think they'll be stopped. So yeah, let me just make sure all my units are doing something. You don't need to be here. Oh god. I've just got too many scouts. This is a... Oh wow, I didn't realize this was being stormed. I totally missed that. Well, I'll catch it this turn, at least. Anything else of note? Yeah, so I think I need to smash this army, and if I can smash this army, I can take this throne, and I think taking this throne is key to my ability to win the game. I think I need to take this throne in order to win. And I don't think that's impossible, assuming I can beat this army, which may be difficult. But if I can get Dione out, maybe it's doable. Dione, who can cast Foul Air Wait, what? No, not that. Not foul air. Where is it? I looked at this so many episodes ago. Whatever. It's Wailing Winds, you know, it's the morale check spell. So I empower him in earth, in air, which I've got. I've got the air gems to do it. I empower in air, and then I cast that, make the guy really tanky, and everyone on their team just checks constantly for routing, and eventually they'll run away. I can have him cast Soul Vortex too, so he's just sucking up the life of all the chaff that he's sending to hit my Dione. And that's the plan. Yeah, so we're just over an hour here. I'm going to end this part. We'll see what happens next time. Should be exciting.